Hi everyone, today I'm going to talk about the film A Dream of Fortune, which is a film produced in South Korea in 1961. It talks about a poor school teacher who lived with his wife, sister-in-law and son in a house. He had to pay the installments to buy this house from a government program, and they were really poor. His salary was low and he also had to pay for the house, so it was really hard to make ends meet. And his wife, she was very disgusted with their situation. She always complained. And then a friend of this school teacher, he came to his house with a guy who was supposedly a second generation American, descendant of Koreans who lived in Hawaii. And then he invited the friends to be part of a scheme to get goods from a ship and then sell them in Korea. And if they couldn't be sold in Korea, they could be sold in Japan. It was a very expensive medicine. And it was clear from the beginning that this business was actually smuggling, which is a crime, and that this expensive medicine didn't seem to be something very legitimate. However, the family was struggling. They were really desperate about the money and they started believing this guy. Then this guy said that this American guy, who was supposedly American descendant of Koreans, he said that the friend of the school teacher was a really bad person. He fooled him, he ran away with his money, and indeed, the friend of the school teacher, he disappeared, and it was not possible to check the information. Then this American guy left, but he returned after a while, and then he contacted the family of the school teacher again. By this time, the friend of the school teacher who introduced him to the American, he was still missing. Then he proposed to his wife because he saw that the school teacher's wife was more interested in the business than her husband. He proposed to her to give a bag of products to be sold and that she could make a great profit out of that, and as a guarantee he would leave 2 big bags in her house so she could keep that, and if she got to give him money she could sell those goods. Then she tried to raise the money in every way she could, getting a loan with many people, but then the couple got to raise the money, and then they gave the money to the American, and he said that he would give the key to the bags, to the luggage, to the school teacher and his wife. But then he said that he forgot the keys of the luggage at home. At first he didn't want to receive the money. He asked the couple to wait until the following day. Then he would bring the key for the luggage and then they would give him the money. But the couple wanted to give the money right away. No, we trust you, don't worry, come tomorrow with the key, there's no problem. And then the American left with the money of the school teacher family. In that same day, finally, after a long time, the friend of the school teacher reappeared. And then he said he was very ashamed, that he didn't know how to explain himself. Then the school teacher said, "Yes, I've heard you stole the money from our American friend." And he said, "I stole? Actually, this American man is a fraud. He is not American and he stole my money. And when I tried to have the money back, I ended up in jail because to give the money to the American, I needed to raise the money, get a loan with many people, and I couldn't pay them. Then I was arrested." Then the school teacher was very worried and said, but I gave money to him today. And his friend said, you gave money to him? Are you crazy? No, my wife and I, we have given him money today. And he said, no, it can't be. Let's open the luggage. This is how he tricked me. You will see that in the luggage there is nothing. And then the school teacher, he opened the luggage with a hammer because after all he didn't have any key. And then he found out that inside both luggage there was only stones. Then of course his wife was desperate. By this time she already found out that she was pregnant, 3 months pregnant. She started to cry. The husband got desperate too. They argued. He hit her. It was horrible. And then their child, who was a boy, he was around 10 years old, he overheard the conversation and he thought that he could get the American, he could catch him and force him to return the money to his parents. It was just a child after all. Then he tried to find the American, but unfortunately there was a car accident. He was hit by a car and ended up passing away. So in addition to be tricked, to be poorer than ever, about to be evicted from their home because they had many late payments that they couldn't recover. So the money was about to evict them. And then to make things worse, their son passed away. And then in the end of the film, they talked that probably their son wanted his parents to have a honest life, that they are poor but honest. And if they had got money with that fake American guy, they would never have their conscience clean because it would be money that would come from a crime. And then the couple grieved about the passing of their son. And this is how the film ends. And it's interesting because even though the couple made a mistake to accept the offer of a guy they have never met before and something that was clearly smuggling crime, we cannot blame them too much because they were desperately poor. They had nothing. They were about to lose their house. They couldn't give any sort of comfort to their son, and they were in a really tough situation. And it's interesting to see that even when people are suffering a lot, there are always scoundrels to take advantage of their misery. It's a good film. The plot never gets old. It can be understood regardless of era and culture because poverty is something painful. It doesn't matter the place. And it's a beautiful film that teaches the importance of honesty and how dishonest acts can cause destruction to an entire family. It's a beautiful film with good values. That's all for now, folks. I hope you enjoyed this video. See you!